He asked me to take my clothes off. He began to touch me. I clearly remember him smiling and enjoying the...
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped...
Look closely and you'll see New York police and FBI agents raiding the place yesterday. It's Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Could you please give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Once a wealthy socialite, now known as one of the most sadistic, twisted individuals to ever walk the earth, Jeffrey Epstein lived a life of luxury and privilege. But under the guise of money and fame, he committed horrific acts of abuse that have shocked the entire world. But how deep does his web of depravity extend? New court documents have revealed a list of names that frequented his nefarious island in the Caribbean where most of his crimes were committed. And some of the names that have been revealed will truly shock you. From former presidents to British royalty, let's talk about 5 famous celebrities who visited Jeffrey Epstein's island. Stephen Hawking. The first name on our list reveals that Epstein wasn't just associated with influential figures and celebrities. His web of depravity also extended to the very top of the scientific community. Renowned for his groundbreaking contributions to physics, Stephen Hawking became perhaps the most shocking name on the list of people to visit Epstein Island. Recently surfaced images depicted the esteemed physicist in the company of the enigmatic Jeffrey Epstein on his private Caribbean island, sparking widespread scrutiny and controversy. Certain images have come to light that show Hawking partaking in a barbecue on the nefarious island. While it is believed he was invited to the island by Epstein after a conference on gravity at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, the true nature of the visit will always remain a source of controversy and cast a shadow on the reputation of one of the most celebrated scientists in history. Ghislaine Maxwell. When discussing the despicable crimes of Jeffrey Epstein, it's essential to shed light on Ghislaine Maxwell, his most prominent accomplice. Among the notable figures associated with Epstein's illicit activities, Maxwell stands out as Epstein's closest confidant and partner in crime. Their relationship began when Maxwell, an enigmatic socialite, crossed paths with the mysterious financier Epstein. Initially thought to be a union between 2 influential people, little did anyone know that beneath the disguise of glamour lurked dark secrets that would shock the world. As the relationship between Maxwell and Epstein flourished, she quickly became a regular fixture in his inner circle, often attending extravagant gatherings and socializing with influential figures from around the world. But in the guise of social events, something far more disturbing was afoot. Jeffrey Epstein had seemingly turned his secluded private island called Little St. James into a sinister kingdom of depravity. It was here, away from the prying eyes of the world, where he and Maxwell would carry out heinous acts that have shaken the very foundations of human decency and questioned the moral values of some of the richest and most influential people on the planet. It is reported that underage girls as young as 14 years old were trafficked to this island and were victimized at the hands of Maxwell, Epstein, and other guests on the island. Court documents revealed that Maxwell was a key part of Epstein's acts of depravity, as she stands accused of crimes that include recruiting and grooming underage girls for abuse. The good news is that Ghislaine Maxwell is finally behind bars, as she was arrested in July of 2020 for these heinous crimes. While she has vowed to appeal her convictions, justice will surely prevail. Prince Andrew. Next up is Prince Andrew, perhaps the most well-documented celebrity who has been linked to several visits to Epstein Island. The friendship between Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein started when Ghislaine Maxwell introduced them. Recently unsealed court documents from a previous libel lawsuit involving victim Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell have brought to light the depth of Prince Andrew's association with Epstein. The victim, Virginia Giuffre, has gone on record by stating that she was forced to partake in sexual acts with Prince Andrew when she was underage.
He was an abuser. He was a participant.
And also revealed that he had without a doubt been a regular visitor to Epstein's island. Epstein and the prince first met in 1999 thanks to Ghislaine Maxwell. Over the years, it became apparent that there was something dark about this friendship when it was revealed that Prince Andrew had continued to maintain an association with Epstein, even though Epstein had been convicted of soliciting prostitution from a minor in 2008. The severity of this crime did not stop Prince Andrew from visiting Epstein in several documented instances. When unsealed court documents in 2019 revealed the magnitude of Epstein's crimes and Prince Andrew's involvement, he denied these allegations but was finally forced to resign from his royal duties and express regret for ever having linked to Epstein. While Prince Andrew confirms that he had been friendly with Epstein and Maxwell, and also confirms that he regularly visited the couple, he continues to strongly deny any knowledge or involvement in the despicable acts that took place behind closed doors. Bill Clinton. Former President Bill Clinton is another prominent figure named in the documents. Despite his strong denial of ever visiting Epstein's Island, he is implicated in flight records that suggest otherwise. These records reveal his use of Epstein's plane for travel to several destinations, such as Paris, Bangkok, and Brunei. Following the conclusion of his presidency in 1992, Clinton secured victory over President Bush to assume the role of the 42nd President of the United States. However, his time at the White House did not come without scandal. The now infamous scandals centered around his inappropriate relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky, resulting in his impeachment by the House of Representatives. Despite this, Clinton was ultimately acquitted by the Senate, allowing him to complete his second term in office. Even though he was acquitted by the Senate, President Clinton has remained a controversial figure in politics, so when he was later seen socializing with Jeffrey Epstein, it raised a lot of eyebrows. Following his departure from the White House, former President Bill Clinton established the Clinton Foundation, which served as a platform for his philanthropic endeavors, and it is through this foundation that he first crossed paths with Epstein. Flight records indicate that Clinton took at least a dozen separate flights on Epstein's plane, with some reports alleging that he may have flown on Epstein's aircraft as many as 26 times. While the precise number of flights remains uncertain, it is evident that Clinton had a notable presence aboard Epstein's plane. In a manuscript for her memoir, Virginia Giuffre recounts a scene that is deeply unsettling and could implicate the former president of crimes beyond comprehension. She alleges that Bill Clinton was observed walking into the darkness of Little St. James with two attractive young women in his arms. Giuffre describes Clinton as appearing content to retire for the evening, engaging in playful banter with the girls flanking him. Adding to the controversy, former Clinton aide Doug Band corroborated Giuffre's claims in a 2020 Vanity Fair article. Band disclosed that Clinton indeed visited Little St. James in January 2003 unaccompanied by an aide, lending credibility to Giuffre's assertions. The convergence of details provided by Giuffre, reinforced by Band's statement, has sparked widespread concern and intensified scrutiny of Clinton's association with Epstein. It's noteworthy that Clinton has been mentioned over 50 times in court documents on Epstein's case, further fueling speculation about the nature of their relationship. In light of these accusations, President Clinton continues to deny that he ever set foot on Epstein's Island, but we may never know if his interactions with Epstein were merely for philanthropic reasons or if they hide a much darker secret. Kevin Spacey. Once celebrated for his commanding presence on the screen, Kevin Spacey's reputation took a significant hit when he was linked to visits to Epstein Island, but that's not all. In 2017, Spacey faced a barrage of shocking accusations of sexual assault from multiple individuals that shocked the entire world. These allegations not only dealt a severe blow to Spacey's reputation, but also triggered legal repercussions. Despite vehemently denying the allegations, Spacey's career suffered a significant downturn. He was dropped from various projects, confronted with public backlash, and witnessed a decline in his stature within the entertainment industry. And when it seemed like it couldn't get any worse, in a dramatic turn of events during Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, Lawrence Paul Visosky Jr., Epstein's former pilot, took the stand and unveiled a bombshell. Having worked for Epstein from 1991 to 2019, Visosky disclosed a roster of celebrities who allegedly frequented Epstein's private plane. Among the most surprising names revealed was that of Kevin Spacey. These accusations have sparked new debates on the dark side of Hollywood and the sinister depravities that go on behind closed doors. In recent years, Spacey has been bombarded with numerous lawsuits by actors alleging that they were assaulted by Spacey, with one being just 14 years old at the time. So what was the purpose of Kevin Spacey's visits to Epstein Island? You be the judge. The list of names in court documents of people who were closely associated with Epstein stands at 150. With most of these names remaining confidential, we may never know the true extent of his horrific network and the crimes they committed on the nefarious island. All we can do is hope that the victims will get the justice they deserve and hopefully heal from the incredible trauma they were put through by one of the most depraved individuals to ever live.